You're here with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, and I want to say first, happy Samhain, and happy Halloween, happy All Hallows Eve. It is my second favorite day of the year. My first favorite day of the year is Beltane, and then Halloween has always been a biggie for me. So, the last 2 years though, I've been calling it Samhain as a witch. And that's also fun because we do different things and we understand it in different ways, don't we? Like we understand now that the veil is truly thin, it's not just Hollywood thin, and we understand the difference between, you know, what we can really do respectfully to contact our spirits versus what we see in films. So I wanted to tell you something I'm doing for my ancestor altar. Their candle's about to burn out for my grandparents, and I need to replace that before it burns out. First thing I do is I spray from my little vintage atomizer. Great way to keep your Florida water in glass and brass. I spray that onto my hands, rub it around before every working, you know, and in between each working. And I clap 3 times to ask Spirit to be with me here and help me, okay? So you just get a plain white vigil candle. These usually burn for about 2 days for me because I have a fan going in my room, which is perfect to start at the beginning of the veil opening. So like this morning would have been great. And to burn the 48 hours through All Hallows Eve, which is Halloween, and then through tomorrow, you know, the first of our new year. So it's a great time while the veil's thin. The opposite time would be, you know, Beltane, when the veil is also as thin, and it's 6 months from now. I do believe, yeah. So the last one I had, so I was at my grandparents' grave not too long ago. I left there 3 weeks ago. I did an amazing, amazing ceremony and offering and ritual that I've now created for their gravesite, and I plan to do it at least twice a year when I'm up there. And I'm asking to communicate with them. I've been giving them offerings since I got back 2 to 3 weeks ago on the floor down here, like a proper spirit altar, because they belong on the floor. And I am asking them something in this candle, okay? I'm telling them something. I say, Fred and Margaret, please speak to your one and only granddaughter. They have 7 grandchildren, and they had 6 boys, and I was the last one, and they finally got a girl. So I say, please speak to me, your one and only granddaughter, Jennifer. And I put some symbols on it, and that is it, okay? So I'm going to light that with you guys here, and just set it down where I have also added, I asked my mother for pictures of them. She gave me Xerox copies, good ones, like from her scanner, from her computer, of pictures. And they're great. And then I decoupaged them to cardboard, so they'll stand up like a thick picture, not just a floppy piece of paper. So I've really spent time. One of their favorite places was the Columbia River, and I was just recently there. After I saw them, I stopped at the river and I grabbed a jar of water and a really beautiful rock from the river, and I've got that down there. The reason why I'm not showing you is because it's their home. But I am showing you the things that I'm giving them. For offerings every morning, I'm giving them fresh water from their daughter's well, their daughter Peggy, and they know that house, and I've been talking to them about her. My cousin Rudy just got married, and I have been talking to them about that. So I've really been trying to give them offerings and communicate with them. And now, when the veil is at its thinnest, I'm asking this, please communicate with me, you know? So, there's that. And then I have my incense that I made by hand from one that was inspired from the Holly Witch. Do you remember when I showed you how to make this before my trip? It's got thistle in it, and when you burn it on a coal disc, you can hear, when you burn thistle, you can hear spirits talk to you. So I will be burning this throughout the evening, but probably once it gets dark and this candle starts to burn down a bit, I'm going to sit and do a very special meditation, if you will, where I burn this and I try and listen. Maybe I ask some questions out loud. And that will, of course, be private. But I'm telling you about it. And last but not least, I have to say that at the end of the last video, when I showed you how to do this oil, I forgot to tell you what kind of oil I used. And I use a lovely, I ordered this from Amazon, I believe, but it's a small business, and it's an organic sweet almond oil. You want it, and this was my, the video right before this was an anti-negativity and a protection oil. And when you create things like this while the veil is thin, you can have more help from spirit guides. When you have this going on, and if you don't know what it means when I wear this, just comment below, I can tell you. You have more energy. And so this, to me, I'm trying to do as much as I can today, you know, and add some specialness while the veil's thin. So the sweet almond oil is the best one, because you're adding this to your skin, and I add it like almost daily, if not a few times a day on the days that I do wear it. So basically, make sure you have room to actually shake it as well. So don't fill it all the way up, because you need to be able to shake those resins around. Alright. I hope I said everything I needed to. If you have any questions, let me know. I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you for joining me back here again while we did a little ancestor offering on Samhain while the veil's at its thinnest. Love y'all.